Hey everybody. Attitude for Gratitude. You're about to check us out. We're going to have Just Hope Boys on tonight. You'll hear all about what they're up to and what they represent and the people they're out here for. Um, so tonight you get to sit back, relax, and hear all about Just Hope. And tonight we're going to dive into each of their personal stories. Last time they're on the show, we kind of did, but a couple of us are so boom, boom, boom. It was tricky. We're down here at We'll Work for Recovery, 4026 Washington Avenue North. Down here at We'll Work for Recovery, if you've never been here, come on down and check us out. It is a one-of-a-kind type recovery spot. It's an RCO, it's a recovery community organization. Um, we are one of the largest recovery community organizations in the nation, based on how many people come through these doors. And it's a good spot. It's a spot where I came to and my recovery changed. It showed me that it's not just uh, yellow walls and tables. As you can see behind me, that's just like what it is in the big room. It's just busy. For a guy like me, I needed that. It's not for everybody, but it was a turning point in my recovery. So like, come on down and check out We'll Work for Recovery. We've got meetings every night of the week at 7 p.m. There's a 6:30 a.m. or yeah 6:30 a.m. structured meeting every day of the week, with exception to Saturday mornings. Um, we've got tons of events that are always happening. I believe there is a car show tomorrow, unless that was last Saturday. Forgive me if you know what? We've always got events going on. Check out our Facebook page. There's events on that page. But We'll Work for Recovery. We we got a lot of stuff going on. We got the armor. We got a guy with the soap factory here. It's the Armor of Yah. If you have been around here, you know what I'm talking about. It's Chucky C. He blows his shofar and he puts prayers over the soap and into it. It's called the Stone of Hope, the Armor of Yah. It's a great thing. I just saw a video of it too, and a bunch of it got shipped over to a third world country. Like, he made hundreds of bars of soap and just donated it off. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of good stuff that goes on down here. I always like to share about this too with We'll Work for Recovery. Is it's exactly what it's called in its name. We don't really have phone lists. Like, hence We'll Work for Recovery. When you come here, before any meeting starts, we ask if you have a ride home and if you need one. People will raise their hands, and the meeting doesn't start until everyone is going to have a safe ride home. It's just one of the many things we do down here. Come on down, check us out, get involved, and most of all, if you're struggling, please reach out. Sit back, relax, and enjoy what you're about to hear.
how it is to be out on the streets.
Hey everybody. Attitude for Gratitude. You're about to check us out. We're going to have Just Hope Boys on tonight. You'll hear all about what they're up to and what they represent and the people they're out here for. So tonight you get to sit back, relax, and hear all about Just Hope. And tonight we're going to dive into each of their personal stories. Last time they were on the show, we kind of did, but a couple of us are so boom, boom, boom. It was tricky. We're down here at We'll Work for Recovery, 4026 Washington Avenue North. Down here at We'll Work for Recovery, if you've never been here, come on down and check us out. It is a one-of-a-kind type recovery spot. It's an RCO, it's a recovery community organization. We are one of the largest recovery community organizations in the nation, based on how many people come through these doors. And it's a good spot. It's a spot where I came to and my recovery changed. It showed me that it's not just yellow walls and tables. As you can see behind me, that's just like what it is in the big room. It's just busy. For a guy like me, I needed that. It's not for everybody, but it was a turning point in my recovery. So like, come on down and check out We'll Work for Recovery. We've got meetings every night of the week at 7 p.m. There's a 6:30 a.m. structured meeting every day of the week, with exception to Saturday mornings. We've got tons of events that are always happening. I believe there is a car show tomorrow, unless that was last Saturday. Forgive me if you know what? We've always got events going on. Check out our Facebook page. There's events on that page. But We'll Work for Recovery. We got a lot of stuff going on. We got a guy with the soap factory here. It's the Armor of Yah. If you have been around here, you know what I'm talking about. It's Chucky C. He blows his shofar and he puts prayers over the soap and into it. It's called the Stone of Hope, the Armor of Yah. It's a great thing. I just saw a video of it too, and a bunch of it got shipped over to a third world country. Like, he made hundreds of bars of soap and just donated it off. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of good stuff that goes on down here. I always like to share about this too with We'll Work for Recovery. It's exactly what it's called in its name. We don't really have phone lists. Like, hence, We'll Work for Recovery. When you come here, before any meeting starts, we ask if you have a ride home and if you need one. People raise their hands and the meeting doesn't start until everyone is going to have a safe ride home. It's just one of the many things we do down here. Come on down, check us out, get involved, and most of all, if you're struggling, please reach out. Sit back, relax, and enjoy what you're about to hear.
be here.
That's
for
the
sure.
stage. All right, let's see. Can you guys hear me? Boo boo. Let's see if you hear me. Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Knocking on the table.
Hey,
Here we
everybody.
Here we go.
Dude, put your headphones on.
Bam!
You can hear when you're not
We got it going.
Say my name. Say my name.
We got it going.
All right, everybody. Thank you for sticking around.
Where we
Some of you guys left, but reach out to them ones that that didn't leave or that you know what? Let me turn that off. Let me do like this. Bear with me. TikTok's pissed. I got so many messages because I just 86 TikTok.
That's probably why.
Because
so
you know
many
what,
people- we
TikTok?
just blew up
You
the
guys get a
internet,
back
bro.
seat. You ain't. All right,
the things we gotta hear.
Say my name. Say my
well, you guys know you can hear us now, but I'm just trying to get the mics, internal mics, in the place. There we go. Now I got it in my ear, and I'll know if we go silent again. It's hard though because of that delay. I got
They can
8
hear.
seconds behind. Here's what we're gonna do,
It's trying to
boys
keep-
and girls. When you're whispering, everyone can hear that shit.
See?
Oh, they
That
can
one
hear
guy.
it now.
Yes.
100.
We just tried to tell you that, and you're over here like,
All right, so check this out. You get round 2. Who is just hope? All right, we got Angel right
We do.
here. Look, there goes Angel. Here goes
Hola.
Josh,
Hey.
and here goes John.
What's up, family?
Who are you in the corner?
This is Mo money, Mo problem.
Mo.
Mo.
Angel. Tell us who Just Hope is.
Round 2. Just hope. We are a RCO. We are second round. We're RCO, man. We're Just Hope. We're an organization that just that's really meant for you. Anybody that's in recovery, anybody that's that wants to be in recovery, anybody that's even not in recovery, man, who just wants to better their life. That's what we're here for. You know what I mean? That's what you know what Just Hope is basically built for. We're here to try to help any way possible. Like I said, we're so we can CPRS, we can shit, we could just be your friend, bro. That's the main thing. Like that's the best thing about it. Like I'm just trying to help another person. It's a let me help you situation. So like, you know what I mean? I don't get nothing if I'm just helping myself. I gotta help another person to get gain. And we're out there trying to help out the community, try to make it as best as possible, giving out Narcan every day possible. Giving out donuts, giving out coffee. We about to do that tomorrow morning. About 8:30 at the office.
Is that like a weekly thing you guys do?
We do it we do it whenever
Whenever the funds are
But it's that
available.
we
and
do
time
have-
someone-
well, it's not
We-
funds. Even if we don't have the funds, like we'll go out, and there's a big Angel holds a big outreach event every other week.
Okay.
But then there's smaller ones as they come around with other organizations.
Oh, so you guys do kind of link up and
Oh, yeah.
you network with other organizations.
So
Oh, yeah.
that's
All
the
day.
thing. That's the thing about Just Hope is it isn't just about helping the individual. The only way we can make the biggest impact is by linking up with other organizations and supporting one another. Right, doing it alone, there have been a lot of organizations that have failed, not because of the actions that they take, but like funding and stuff like that. So take for instance Coom Recovery. When they go out and do their thing, if they don't have the hygiene stuff to bring out with them, they'll contact us and we will help them with some supplies for them to take care of their own outreach needs. Right, so it's connecting with the individual, and it's connecting with other organizations to bring awareness and create this community and draw attention to recovery at all levels.
My people, Coon Recovery.
Coon.
Yeah,
Coon,
baby.
See, you gotta love the
Coon
family.
Recovery. He said it. I was like, ding, ding, ding. I had them on here too.
You know,
And that's what like all nations one purpose too, bro. James Cross.
yeah.
Oh,
What,
amazing.
Explain that.
James Cross, he feeds their relatives every week. He always comes support us, bro. Always. He always shows up. He's a brand. He's been a huge person, a huge pillar for our in my recovery, bro.
Well, same with Mo.
Mo's been, Mo's-
I held a drive selling Indian tacos because he wanted to raise money to get a van for this winter.
boy, getting
you
that
know,
van,
and so
too.
if it comes up again, please take the opportunity to help them out, because every move that each one of us makes is to save somebody's life, and it's going to be a cold one. And with the things that are going on with the government and housing going away, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to need help, and RCOs are going to be the last line of defense.
So without getting too political, because we're not going to do that, we just don't.
Yeah.
What we'll do is talk about things that are going away, and we all have heard about facilities that were able to house a lot of people in recovery.
Yes.
Have already now been gone. A lot of housing. We're talking thousands, tens and hundreds of thousands of beds that are no longer available. And we've got organizations like the boys that are on right now. And what he's talking about is trying to fill a lot of those voids and getting beds for people. Explain what your role is in doing something to that effect now that the lack of housing is there. Like, I know you kind of just said, like, the last line of defense is RCOs. Where do people go from here now?
The bridging the gap between you're in recovery, you want to try to find your way, and you don't have your feet underneath you yet is a very trying time for anybody in recovery. And what can we do to help you? We can get you into an inpatient treatment. We can get you into something, sober living. If you need work, okay, we'll help you find a job. We have a list of people that'll hire you. And the great thing about the recovery community is as soon as you graduate a treatment center, you can always go back and work there.
But here's the thing, and this is a question, like, do you have to go through some recovery? And I've had to, do they have to have been through a recovery facility, a treatment for you guys to help someone find a job?
Absolutely not.
No,
Okay.
no.
Just have you, do you
You're
guys
dealing
help
with
people with resumes?
Yes.
You guys have resources for people to figure out how to.
Oh yeah, I've definitely built myself plenty of resumes. Working in this field, I've worked in different levels of this field, and so pretty much have to have a new resume every time I go in.
He does everything through Chat GPT. Don't let him start
Hey,
lying.
it
Hey, you know what? Hey,
It works.
I was gonna say that's not all the way false. Like,
It's not
It
a bad
works.
thing either.
little do they know, like a lot of our policies for the RCO was, you know what I mean, refined through Chat GPT. I wrote it out and I put it in there, and it corrected it to make it more professional. So
Right.
Chat GPT, don't knock it.
No.
I ran one of my requests for a grant request. I did it all through Grok.
Yeah.
I wrote my grant request through Grok, and it was
Yes.
superb.
Super.
Yeah,
Yep.
no,
Yeah.
there was no, hey, the first time I'd done something like that, I got something back with like 30 red checks saying you got to do this, 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 and this. That time I used Grok, everything. This is like 2 months ago. Everything. There was no questions asked.
That's the whole point. Is like most of the time, like I'll speak for myself. I didn't know how to make a resume. I didn't know how to get a check and I don't know how to do any of this stuff. We've walked the path, so we already know what you're going to run into, what kind
Right.
of struggles you're going to have, how difficult it is to sit down and use your phone and fill this stuff out. So come hang out, use our Wi-Fi, sit in a warm place, have a cup of coffee, talk recovery, fill out paperwork, and then God only knows what's next. I
Yeah.
mean, let's just see what we can do for you. We'll give you the tools.
Right,
know.
we have an office for a reason. I mean,
Yeah.
and that's it's a beautiful thing that just Hope has now. Is we have an office that's filled with clothes. You know, what I mean, we got hygiene products, we got a coffee maker.
So many
You
clothes.
know what I mean? We're hopefully gonna come up with a TV soon.
You guys need a TV?
I'm actually
We're gonna
questioning.
be home with one
Hold
tonight.
on, I'm gonna tell you right now. The question is it for
Is
the
it for the-
people or is it for the people?
For the
because-
people at the
Well, because two of us sitting here, and it isn't a knock, but like we work the weekends and we're both football fans. So we every other Sunday, one of us is missing the games, and we're both Packers fans. So
Yeah,
Oh,
we
I'm
want all
glad
that
you're
against
missing
them.
the game.
Yeah, right.
so's my wife.
Bad
you know what I
taste.
mean? Like
But-
she's a Vikings fan, so she's like, I don't even care. Yeah.
Wow, bro.
So
Like you said, it's beautiful though, right? Just come in and figure out what you need. Like, you know, like it's a time to think. I mean, maybe get some quiet time, bro.
A
Like I
safe
said, I'm
place to
actually-
go.
I'm
Yeah.
actually at a safe place. Like there's no using in there. It's a safe spot. I mean, there's no using at all in there. You can use wherever else, but you ain't gonna use in the office.
And
Right.
No,
Um,
no one turned away.
no one
one
turned
turned
away.
away.
So yes, there's no using in the office. If you show up high, though, no judgment.
None, zero.
Right?
think
I
that's
just want to make
huge,
that very
yes.
clear. We'd rather have you come there looking for help, even if you're under the influence, right? Instead of out in the cold where you could pass out and die, overdose, anything like that. We'd rather be there to help you, you know. And so if you need to hang out with us until you get your bearings, like we're willing to be there for that. And not only that, but we're a naloxone access point through the Steve Rumler Hope Network.
What does that mean? naloxone
We
access?
are, so if you go to Steve Rumler's website and you look at the giant map, Just Hope is on there as a place that you could stop in at any time and get free needles, fentanyl and xylazine test strips. Now, when I say needles, free Narcan, naloxone packs.
Yeah,
We
be
do
fair.
not,
You're not the Red Door.
no, we do not give out clean supplies. We can point you to other organizations that do, but so we offer sometimes nasal, sometimes you know, most
Overdose prevention.
overdose prevention.
Yes. Hell
You
yeah.
guys screw whatever that was.
What?
Messed me up.
Yep.
Oh, me doing that.
I
Yeah.
have no idea what you're talking about.
Look at his face.
Ho ho ho.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Did you put a filter on?
Screenshot. Yeah, I did. I didn't know. I seeing these buttons, man.
It's technology. We get it. We get it.
And I'm a 2-year-old, so I'm like, look at this.
Look at this.
No, I think it's what you guys are doing. It's big stuff out there in the community. We're gonna go back to where we were at before I lost sound. I saw you guys last Saturday. What was that I saw you guys at? And tell me all about it.
So we were last Saturday, we were holding our Fallen for Hope, which was our fall fundraising event to raise money to help us pay for some of the bills, to keep the lights on, to keep us moving, and to help us get some of the supplies that we need to continue our mission. Which it included some pretty big raffle prizes, as well as our 50-50 raffle. Winner walked away with $1,250 from the 50-50
Shout out
raffle.
Keegan.
Keegan.
bro.
Keegan, who's actually telling his story right now at the
Yeah.
downtown
Downtown
Allen in
Club.
St. Paul.
Yes.
Yep.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
No, he was going on as I left. So, yes,
Is that where Dan's at?
yep,
Yeah.
that's where
Okay,
Dan's at.
good.
And so, and so we had a few things. Dance. We had food that was actually all donated and cooked
Yeah.
at somebody's
Amazing,
house.
too.
Yeah,
Pulled
And
pork,
did
or
his
is that what it
thing,
was?
bro.
pulled pork
Yeah,
and pulled
chicken.
chicken.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
You know, what's amazing is the amount of people that we have that's willing to donate their time and donate food and stuff like that for us to hold these events to help us out. It's
Especially at a place like the Frog Town Cafe, which is just
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yep.
It's a great
So-
spot to meet.
it was a good time.
And our DJ was on point.
It was on point.
Come on.
Uh-huh.
My man, huge shout out, my guy.
Go ahead, Mo.
Oh, I thought I couldn't say nothing back here. Oh, I was at that event with my great grandson, and he had a blast.
I'm glad to
Right,
hear
he
it.
had a blast. The food was good. Angel brought some home, put it in the freezer, and I gave it away to a whole
No,
bunch
you
of-
didn't, did you?
I gave it away the next day to a whole bunch of
He's so disappointed right
Why
now.
didn't you didn't give it away, did you?
Yeah, they were-
No, you didn't, bro. That's for outreach. Are you serious?
Good outreach.
And, I mean, technically, it did go for outreach.
Technically, it just
But Angel, he gave it.
It still went to homeless people. It's all right.
He was like, wait a sec, bro.
No, bro. That's it. I put it in the freezer to freeze, bro.
They called me up. They said, we're short-handed. We don't have no food. And I
God
said, "I
damn.
can
Mo's
make it."
lying. I saw him out there
Hey,
selling it. No,
Hey,
I'm just playing.
it's still, it went to a good cause. It
There you go.
still
No,
went to
that's it. And that's it.
hungry,
Like,
feeding hungry.
it all, and I think you said this, like this is joining forces in a way it is. Like,
Yeah.
hey, it went, you didn't sell it, did you?
No.
It went to Hungry Mo.
If you did, let me get
Gave it
$20.
away.
I'm just
That's
saying, bro.
what's up.
One purpose. They were short-handed that day.
There you
Oh,
go.
there you go.
Didn't have no food.
Angel.
Hey,
Give a
Angel's
break.
trying to act like he ain't stewing, but he's stewing. You can tell. 'cause
Yeah, he is.
He's got the dimple going on his cheek. You know that means Angel's really like,
No, I gotta
get out of
come
here.
up. We gotta come up with some more stuff to grab now. I gotta.
Oh, so wait, was that a request? Yeah, we need some more food.
Yeah.
If
if-
people
oh,
are
yes,
willing to donate.
please,
Come on,
please,
tell us,
please. There
talk
you
to us.
go.
Crazy.
We got-
Angel
we got
recovering
quite a few
addict.
People listening, and
We-
a lot that will share this topic.
Yes,
Come on.
please. That's one thing that we are in need of. If anybody could help us out, there's multiple times. I got a guy that's just got out of boot camp. He's looking for some work clothes and all that. You know what I mean? That's one thing I really need help with. You know, he's
Work
on a
clothes,
good,
work boots.
yeah, he's in a sober house. I'm actually in a spot trying to get him being a manager for a fellowship, hopefully. But and then the other thing, we collecting jackets right now. It's cold out. We're collecting
Jackets, boots, hats,
need 'em.
gloves.
No, it's a must. You know, I'm doing everything I can to try to reach out to other people But like I said, this is a we thing.
Yeah.
You know, we can't do this alone. We're not gonna try. So this is why we ask for help. You know what I mean? And hopefully it helps other or I don't know. And then another thing is we are always looking for food donations. Like I said, we have an office. We have phone numbers. Just call us if you have, you know what I mean, food or, you know, that needs to be cooked or whatever it needs to be done. And we can set up because we do outreach every other week. And it is a huge outreach. We have a lot of people out there that are hungry.
If you want to
You
come
know.
down and you want to bring food, sandwiches, make them at home. You want to make something and bring it down Saturday, every other Saturday at 550 Rice Street. Be there at 11 o'clock, 11:30, and we'll get you out there serving the encampments and really seeing the hope in people's lives come back.
So
Yeah,
people can come down and they can donate their time.
Yes,
Yes. Oh, God,
definitely. Though we have a huge group that comes. Actually, we're about to start splitting it up to Minneapolis and St. Paul because how many people that want to come out and help, you know. Like I said, but we always are looking for food donations. We definitely need food donations. Like if not, it's coming out of just Hope's pocket, my pocket.
There you go. You can say
my
it.
pocket.
You can say it. Share it.
Or it's coming out of my
Win-win.
pocket, straight out of my
Come on.
pocket, and you know what I mean. And it gets, you know, it's nothing bad about that, but it gets hard sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, it costs money.
yeah,
people-
bro. And you know what I mean. Like we're all we're doing is just trying to help and feed another person, you know, and keep them warm. Like I said, we definitely need boots, gloves, you know,
So,
et cetera,
like
et
you
cetera.
touched on it, man. Like we talk about it, but we don't really talk about it. A lot of people in recovery, they hear like, oh, you guys got an RCO, so that they think like we got this money coming in.
Explain that.
We don't have any money coming in.
No
We have
money.
we
Yeah.
do fundraisers and we just pay the bills.
Can you guys start applying for grants and
Um,
funding?
We have.
we have.
And
It's it's hard.
I do, but
it's,
I don't.
It's really hard.
He touched on this, and there's a lot of people that aren't in the know, and they just assume, okay, you got an office, they're making money, they're drawing huge, they're making six
So,
figures out this.
no.
Come on,
Let me tell you about how the
Please.
roles work. All right.
please do.
So, I'm currently unemployed. My job is I sit in my contribution to building this out was to sit there and build out the operations every day.
Mhm.
Right. And so I did all the paperwork, got everything filed, everything like that. These two, right, made the decision that they were going to work their asses off and they pay the bills. So everything is coming out of pocket, right? We're not receiving any grants. We haven't billed any insurance up to date, right? So we literally are floating on a wing and a prayer, right?
month to month.
On a month to month,
We can make it.
right? And there's times where it's like, oh, I'm gonna have to quit smoking cigarettes, and I'm gonna have to not eat this week, and
I
stuff
do
like
quit
that.
buying toilet paper.
I don't know what you
I
know what you're talking
I quit. I don't even shit at home anymore. I'm never there. What is the point of buying toilet paper?
Oh man, jobs.
I'll tell you right now that we're lucky that the building that we're in, they provide the toilet paper for us, so, yeah. But yeah, so we work hard, right? With off of the hard work that they do, as well as the donations that we bring in to keep us afloat and keep us pushing.
And we
have
do
it, right?
appreciate all the
Oh,
donations
yes.
that we have had, bro, and all the people that brought food. You know what I mean, and
Yeah.
make food like Logan. There's so many other people, bro, that make Just Hope, and that's what it is. You know what I mean? It's a group. It's not just us three.
Yeah.
It's a group of people. It's a foundation. You know what I mean? That we're just building off each other. You know what I mean? And we need to make that foundation empire.
How
No.
can someone donate?
If you're donating money for food, just say money for food.
You mean to like one of your
So caught up on it.
hyped on just making sure we get some money for food.
Is
Right?
it like
Because, bro,
Venmo
it's a
or
big thing.
PayPal?
It's
Is
hard.
it-
There is
That's
a
my job.
So there is.
Oh, wait,
There's
two
Cash
things.
App.
I need a website that I can.
So our
pay.
website is www.justhopemn.org.
Bear with me. www.justhope.mn.
Nope.
No,
MN.
mn.org.
Or you just look up Just Hope and we're the first ones.
No, we're not.
Okay. So we got www.justhopemn.org. You can give through that.
You can. There is a
Okay.
donation thing there.
Okay. And then,
If you're bringing in clothing or anything else besides monetary, you can just show up at the office or call the business line, which is 952-956-4193. Let us know that you have some donations to drop off. We take clothing. Please wash them before you bring them to us.
please.
Food and hygiene. We will take underwear as long as it's brand new, fresh in the pack.
Right.
We will take slightly used bras, women's bras. And then we also have a Cash App, which is Just Hope MN, and a Venmo that is Just Hope 101. Now, all of them are going to show up Joshua Fuss once you type that
Yeah.
because I set them all up. I'm not trying
It's
to
not a
scam.
scam.
All right. So Venmo is
Just
Hope
Hope 101.
101.
Yep.
All right. Venmo is Just Hope 101. Bow. And Cash App is Just Hope MN.
Correct.
All right.
Hey, and I can vouch for the fact that, I live with Angel. I remember he came home with a car and said he was outreach director. I was like, that's really cool. I said, how much you get paid? He said, man, I pay $900 a month to help pay the bills.
He don't pay that much. He be lying.
Bro, I said, most people pay you to be the outreach rep. He said, no. He said, we doing this and we doing this. And basically told me to stay in my lane. He was going to do
That sounds about right.
Yeah, but eventually the idea is that it does turn, and you guys will eventually be able to start drawing some pay. That you're not. Then I'll say, you're not out here doing this. You can't do it. You guys got to feed your families. You guys got to put a roof over your head. We ain't out here doing it
And
for
so-
free.
And
Come on.
so and that's where my contribution comes into the organization is I'm the one that's setting it all up. Our contracts
It
and
is.
stuff like this for us to start bringing in revenue so that we can pay people.
Yeah,
Behind
it
the
has to be
scenes
that
things,
way.
I don't think
Yeah.
people understand.
Yeah.
how
They
and-
don't.
that
No,
goes.
people don't understand this.
I know a lot of people are like, we don't ever see
Huh.
Josh out in the encampments and stuff like that. And I do
Keep him in
go.
his office.
I'll be
I
there tomorrow.
do go. It's just there's so much behind the scenes and technical and government paperwork that needs to be filled out and followed up on. And right now, next to Pam, I'm one of the only billing peer recovery specialists that's certified who can do that, right?
Right.
So I'm doing that while setting up meetings and doing presentations and you know what I mean, and meeting with people to expand our reach, right? And so I build all of that up, and I just went
And
through.
it's not just like, listen, it's not okay, fill your name out and turn the paper in.
Yeah,
It's
no.
not that.
No,
People, when we're talking about doing some paperwork, it's legit hundreds of pages of filling out.
Bro,
Hundreds, people.
the stacks of paper in this
Yeah.
man's office are just, it's second.
I don't know, and I know we don't have to sit and put the hugest magnifying glass on this, but so many people just dealing with Will Work for Recovery, and being that I'm not on the board of directors or the whatever, I'm out here in the public and I hear people, they're making so much money. Look at that building. Like
No,
rent is 8 stacks here.
bro.
I believe it.
That's
It's
insane.
8 bands. Look where
Yeah.
we're at. I mean, look how much room there is. And like they project it out to the year. And it's like now Paul works a full-time job.
Yeah.
Carolyn works a full-time.
Yeah.
Like people are out here. The majority of it, people are giving their time.
Yes.
These 3 are giving a lot of their time. And there's
Trading
not-
time
yeah.
for lives, basically,
Yes,
is all we're doing.
that's the pay.
A beautiful moment here
Come
is
on.
that when you Google Just Hope now, we're the first thing that comes up.
Really?
That was not the case before. Before you Google Just
Yeah.
Hope and it came up all these other organizations, and there's a few other Just Hopes, but Just Hope MN is the one. And that is insane that we are officially like,
That's
that means
huge.
people are Googling us.
When you
Yeah.
ask for
We've
all
been
that money.
Googled, bro.
Big old
And
picture of
when you ask for all
Angel.
that money, Winless.
Last month when I said, where'd that money go? He said, remember, we got a
Yeah,
website.
big
We
old
got all
picture
this
of
stuff.
Angel right on there.
Looking
Is
proud.
he number one?
It's the first
Yeah,
one.
he's the first picture.
Just
that's
hope,
beautiful,
baby.
bro.
In front of your old silver house. No,
Love
no,
that.
you're not that special, bro. Someone's got to
green
deflate your
tie.
ego. You ain't that special, my guy.
Yeah.
I love you with all my heart, but settle down. No, I'm just playing.
So
Come on.
it's a day to
prettiest one.
it's day-to-day grind nonstop, and outside of not making any money, like it at times it can be taxing
Bro.
like mentally and
Oh,
emotionally.
yeah.
But then I remember exactly why I'm doing this and what the purpose of this is, and it's because there's people out there that are suffering, right? There's people out there who are suffering, who have had organization after organization come and make these promises to them and not fulfill what they've told them that they're going to do, right? And I've worked at companies and organizations that have failed to do exactly what they said that they were going to do. I learned from that, and I decided that no matter how hard and how upset my partner founders and my board
Love you.
and the people who volunteer with us get to think that I'm controlling, right? Like I make sure that we are as buttoned up, ethical, caring, and compassionate as possible, right? Like I want, when they walk in, I want them to know, like, we're going to get exactly what we were told we were going to get.
Right.
And I tell people, if we don't know how to do it, we will figure it out.
We will find the people. We
Yes.
are humble enough to know that we don't know. There was so when we did the walk for recovery, walk for lives.
Yep.
There was a gentleman, and I asked him if I could share the story because it's important that he gives me permission. Last winter he was in the encampment, and we'd shown up and we had socks and some tarps and some things. And shortly after that, he'd gotten in touch with Coombe Recovery, and he's in recovery now. He's out of the homeless encampment, and he's doing great. And that's when the like today, up at 4:30 in the morning, 13-hour shift. What are you going to do when you're done? You're going to go home on a Friday night and relax? No, I still want to get out and do more. So the self-sacrificing that all three of us do, we sacrifice it, but all of those, everything pays dividends when you see that one human being find recovery, change their life, and become the individual they were designed to be. Because that's the fact, is that recovery isn't this addition to you. We don't have to add anything to make you wonderful or to make you the human being that you were intended to be. We have to remove the things that weren't you. The guilt, the shame, the
Right.
dishonesty, the fears, the fear. Oh my God, the fear. So many people, they're like, dude, I'm just terrified to go into recovery because I don't know what's coming. And we understand that fear because we've walked through it. And that's where we get that these spiritual principles that we all live by, this courage, this strength. None of this is our own. None of this is of us. This is all of something that's way bigger than us, and the programs that we all work, and the fact that we are willing to do this stuff and self-sacrifice because we know that anybody seeking it can get it. If you don't know how to, and you don't understand it, and you're terrified to do it, we walked through that fear. I know I walked into the treatment center homeless in Ramsey County sweatpants, and I had nothing, man. I didn't know what I was going to do. And they said, oh, what are you willing to do to change your life? And I said, anything. I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know that meant I was going to have to do a 4-step inventory. And I didn't know that list was going to turn into my 8th step. And I didn't know that I was going to have to go make these amends. But when I did it wholeheartedly because that's all I had. And in doing so, the fellowship that's grown up about me is second to none. I have men in my life that I trust with all my deepest, darkest secrets, my fears, my shame, the way I lie to myself, which is so great because it's usually a laugh. Like we laugh about it. Oh, there you go, lying to yourself again. Oh yeah, that's what it was. I was lying to myself. That or the illusion that people are going to like me, which is just great when it gets smashed. But we've all walked through it, so we understand it. We know the fears. We understand the how it just freezes you in your steps. That anything other than what you know, the fear of the unknown and the fear of missing out and all of these fears that just drive you your whole life, man. They drive you right into a tent, homelessness and broken families. And if we didn't just face them one by one with people in these rooms and in these RCOs that really truly care about you, we'll walk hand in hand with you through anything.
You know what a beautiful thing about an RCO is? Right. And so I'm a hardcore 12-step guy.
Yeah.
Right. AA,
Say so.
work with a sponsor, still believe that AA and the 12 steps is the only way for me. But for me.
Yeah.
For you.
Right.
Yeah.
And so with an RCO, it was funny. I believe that if you were on methadone and Suboxone, you weren't really clean, right? I
You
believe
believed
that.
for a long time.
And then, my God,
yeah.
right, my higher power, when I became a CPRS, the first place he put me was in a methadone clinic. Put me in a methadone clinic, and then like I'm watching everybody, right, and I have to meet with people, and I started to realize some people actually need this to give them a leg up in order to get clean, right, and to get into recovery, right, and
Part of
so
their journey.
yeah, and so then the further I worked as a CPRS, I started to realize, right, that if I gain the information and the understanding that not all recovery and not everybody's recovery is the exact same, I would be able to reach and have a further impact on other people, because there was other people out there who didn't know how to get clean, and the 12 steps wouldn't work for them. Right. And so some of the clients that we work with, some individuals are on medical marijuana and, you know, taking Suboxone and taking methadone and utilizing other ways to get clean. Right. And are having success because there's people who are understanding that this is what they've chosen for their recovery. Right. It opened up the door for a lot of other individuals who didn't think recovery was possible because they didn't think people would understand.
Right.
They think that
Come on
there's
in.
Orderly.
Come on.
No more locked doors.
This is someone very important to our place. This
Hello,
is
young
Carolyn.
lady. How are you?
This
Good
is
to see you.
you guys have all met Carolyn before. I told Paul it's no big deal. I can see you later.
I know.
What's this? Who's this?
Paul's new girlfriend.
You're my dog. You're my dog. You're my dog. You're my dog. You're just a dog.
It's furry.
I didn't want him to. I thought something smelled good.
Smells like chicken.
You're a puppy dog.
Look at
Say it with
this
your-
new dog. What the hell? What's her name?
Gigi.
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 Well,
What up,
everybody, that's the
Big
new
G, little
mascot, Gigi.
Big
He
G, little
has
G.
the torch.
Petey's still the mascot.
Hey, well, for now, P, I shouldn't talk. Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh,
Whoa, yeah. Know your role, girl.
I know. I love my.
She
little
said, reel
Petey.
it right in.
Hey.
That's right.
lock it up.
Did you say you got someone coming down?
So Dan Mack and Keegan are on their way.
Oh, no. Listen, so we should probably wrap this up. No.
Ah,
Listen, if you think the three of us are crazy, you get two more of us in the same room.
Yeah.
Principles for personalities. That's multiple personalities.
100%.
well, how do you guys want to start telling a little bit about your stories a little bit?
Go ahead.
I'm Angel Recovering Addict.
Yeah, go ahead.
Angel
Angel.
said, yeah.
Oh, I just want to say I'm grateful to be here, grateful for everybody surround me. Without you guys, I would not be here, and that's honest truth, and that's part of my story. I started off, man, mad, really mad. I was an angry person, angry child. I had a lot of trauma in my life. Took it from my mom, took it from beat as a kid, all sorts of other stuff. No, but today I do not make that me.
Bro, it looks like you.
It looks like me, but it's not. I don't
Hold on.
let that
That 100%
confine
looks
me.
just like you, Angel. Put a neck tattoo on it and call it my guy.
I do not let that confine me.
Down to the
instead,
shoes.
I found recovery today, bro. I found recovery. What, almost 4 years ago.
Yeah, coming up on it.
Yeah, it's coming up. I walked in the room. I caught a gun charge. And I was looking at a second degree drug charge in Hennepin County and a gun charge in Ramsey County. And I was sitting there waiting, and they gave me a downward departure and let me pay to get furloughed to TC, Teen Challenge.
TC, shout
rehab. And I took that. I was grateful to have that, but it wasn't enough. I fell on my face once I left that. Found that foundation there but I knew I wanted to be clean. That's the thing. I knew I wanted to be clean. I had a great mom today, and she was there, and I slept on her couch, and I went to meetings, and I went to meetings, and I went to meetings. I did whatever she did because she got clean before. and I fell on my face again, and I was high for 2 weeks. 2 weeks straight, the worst 2 weeks of my life. And I knew I was gonna get arrested, so I brought myself to New Way.
New Way.
Shout out Rehab.
Own it.
Yup.
Where he met the love of his life.
And then I walked in there high as a kite, mad, sad, didn't know any of my feelings. And I sat there to do intake, and I couldn't look at this lady in the face because I was so fucking high, bro. I couldn't look her in the face. And so I told her, I'm just like, I'm so fucking high right now. I don't want to be here. I don't know why I'm here, but I know I'm supposed to be here. And I did whatever. She got me in. She got me into sober house, and that's where it began, bro. That's where my journey began. I started saying no instead of saying fuck it. I took whatever kind of work I could get. You know what I mean? Eastside Pizzeria. Appreciate
Eastside Pizzeria.
that's where I met this
Wonderful
on
young
the
man.
left side. And you know what I mean? I met John at New Way.
New Way.
Yo, and ever since then, bro, I've been on cloud nine, just loving life, trying to figure out my own self, hitting 3 meetings a day in treatment. Whatever I could do, I did. I mean, outreach with churches, sweats, powwows, just having somebody laugh, just making somebody laugh, taking the bus constantly, being broke, being okay with being broke, just trying to fix myself and fix the old behaviors. Like I said, I'm so grateful to be here today. And I'm so grateful for that. Anybody's that joined recovery today, bro. You the one who matters. This is why I keep coming back, because I want to keep on seeing people's success, because I know it worked for me. So I know it has to fucking work for somebody else, and that's one thing I kind of miss. I haven't been going to as much meetings, but I seen today at down in Willworks that these people, bro, I'm telling you, these people, they're just finding themselves. And that's what I love. I mean, it was so beautiful to see these people just glow, bro. Even the people that have multiple years still glowing in success, bro, and just being okay with what's going on today. And having people surround them and being, it's just a wonderful thing. Like I said, I got my kids back in my life, man. There's multiple things I could tell you that happened to me that it would just blow your mind, because I just sat with myself. I sat with myself and I was okay with it. It's like when I say, bro, it's a let me help you help me situation. It really is. I went in the rooms and I poured all of my shit, all my hurt, all my trauma, and I needed to do that to become who I am today. Like I said, my kids are in my life and I love it, bro. I got a girl that's in my life that she just supports everything I do, and she's always behind me 100%. And I mean, I just got engaged, bro.
Ready for making him an honest man.
Got a huge tattoo on my leg to prove it.
He's like, marry me.
Bless your heart, Larry.
Bless your heart. I mean, and being able to see her grow through her recovery, bro, it's been amazing. Being able to see Josh grow through his recovery, he looked angry all the time at Eastside Pizzeria.
He still does, kind of, but
so
that's
angry, bro.
Because I had to work with you.
Yeah, I know, but
now you're happy.
I mean,
It's
seeing
crazy.
John,
This man followed me everywhere.
not even
Not
bro.
even a little.
He was
Not even a little.
He
Bro.
started.
I was
Hey,
right there
I
with
always say, bro, Josh started dressing like me.
Bro.
He started like
Cut his
showing
hair
up
like you, same ball fade.
He requested the days
Hey.
I worked.
Listen, let me tell you guys something right now. If
He
you guys
requested the days
know
I worked,
anything
bro.
about me, you know
He loved me. I don't know
I've
what it was.
never
bro.
dressed like Angel
Yes, bro.
at any point
That
in my
first
life.
year,
Shirts at the same size.
he was dressing like me.
You guys wear the same
talking
Just Hope
like
shirts.
me.
You know you do.
We all do.
But like I say, bro, even seeing John grow and becoming the person he is, it's amazing. You know what I mean? Like
what it's about.
the success that he accomplished, getting his license.
That's
You know what I
crazy.
mean? Getting his own place
That's even
without
crazy.
me.
And I ain't living off a female.
Yeah, you
That's
ain't
crazy.
It is.
That's
bro.
a miracle
It's
right
a beautiful
there.
thing, bro. And we don't have to live that life no more. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that part.
I'm not looking at cars to jump in anymore. You know what I mean? I'm not looking. I'm not looking at, you know what I mean, people to, you know what I mean, take advantage of and you know what I mean, hits the you mean licks the hit.
Looking for the
Wins.
win-win.
I'm not looking on that. I'm looking at who I can help today and how I can better myself. I mean, and that's what I think recovery is about. And this nonprofit is just shows that this is where I'm supposed to be. You know, like I said, I got a job that I bust my ass every day. I'm talking about I just got a raise too. $2 raise, just to let you
Let me get
know.
a dollar.
It's pretty tight.
Don't you work for yourself?
Yeah.
He owns his own LLC.
Yeah, but I get paid by somebody else. I do get paid by somebody else, so
I gave myself a
there's always a
$2
bigger
raise.
boss.
We all got bosses.
But yeah, bro, I've been through hell and back, and I will pass it on to
Jonathan.
Josh.
Josh, right there.
Oh, go ahead,
Josh.
Jonathan.
Go
Oh,
ahead,
let there be
Josh.
light, and it was good.
Make it happen, Josh.
Go
What
ahead,
you got, Josh? Where were you at? What'd you do?
I got nothing.
How'd it happen? Dakota County Jail. Come on, bro. Think I don't know your story, my guy. Well, Dimples.
Does he really got him?
He should
He's
have.
got dimples.
He should have never left us by ourselves.
Bro,
This
you left
is-
us alone
this
with
is on-
microphones in your phone.
This is on Tim.
Tim.
Tim just disappeared.
This is all his fault.
Your cousin just said that he loves us.
It's because he doesn't know people that are better yet.
Say we
No,
love
I'm
you
just
too.
kidding.
He belongs.
We love
with
you,
us.
Mike. Yes, you're one
Mike,
of us, my
you
guy.
belong with us.
One of us. Kumbaya.
Yeah. Sherry Badness sent a kissy face. John says
Show
he
that
loves you
me.
back. Anyway, so listen, all of you have heard my story over and over and over again. Did a lot of time incarcerated, a victim of physical, mental, emotional, and sexual abuse. Left to the streets at the age of 15, which I moved to the east side, and I learned real quick how to survive as a teenager on the east side of St. Paul.
Hood rat.
Yeah, doing hood rat things with my hood rat friends.
Mhm.
So I I did all the normal things, started smoking meth in a abandoned house at the age of 15 on the east side of St. Paul, like one does. Started stealing cars, committing crimes, running away from home, truancy, selling drugs. I was in drug court at the age of 14, one of the youngest people in the state of Minnesota. So I just did everything that I possibly could to damage and destroy my life. And
What up, Joe? My dude.
he knew that I was in here and called me anyways.
That's why I love him.
So
He's about to call you again. All right. No, I'm just playing.
Mike says he does belong with us.
Yes, he
So
It's funny because you're the one that got the phone call that ringed, and you were just talking to
Yeah,
me
it's
about
crazy.
my phone.
That's
That was
no,
ringing.
we
Do
were
better,
trying.
bro.
We were trying to
Do
tell
better.
you to stop playing with it because you were complaining that it wasn't
No, then
charging.
you like make sure the ringer's
got
off.
ooh
I didn't say that.
better.
I didn't tell you to make sure your ringer is off. Anyway, so yeah, all right. So I did everything possible to, to damage, my future. And all reality, what I was doing is I was trying to cover up for all the pain that I had. Want to see the world burn, so I did everything that I could to make everybody feel the pain that I had and that I had suffered from the hands of the people that were supposed to take care of me. And so, getting into trouble, getting locked up, going to juvenile hall, being on probation, it brought me attention that I felt that I wasn't getting. Not only that, but to be the kid that was always in and out of jail, it kind of gave you some sort of cred. So I kind of like had like this idea in my head that like the worse that I am, the more people are gonna fucking recognize me. And it's a sick thing to have in your head, right? Like I'm gonna do the worst shit that I possibly could,
And you'll acknowledge me.
and you'll acknowledge me, and I was okay with that, right? And so I carried that through my entire life.
Here, puppy
You know,
dog. There's a dog in here.
The more attention that I could get, the better. So I just continued to live my life, committing crimes, getting high, having sex with whoever I could. I just didn't care. And
Watch out for the dog.
Came up.
oh, here
Dan,
we
Mac,
are.
and Keegan.
We have Dan Mack and Keegan, the motherfucking Bozovich.
And then
Keegan.
watch out for the little puppy.
Yeah,
and,
don't step on the dog, bro.
Joe
And Joe,
Joe, you want
bro.
to grab? There's folding chairs by the coffee
Okay.
pot in the
So we're gonna
basement.
pause because we have more of the Just Hope crew that just walked in and decided to join the party. Yeah,
You said I was out there calling your phone.
he was out there calling my phone.
So we got Dan Mack in the house. We got Keegan and we got Joel. These guys are all the behind the scenes people that we
Yes.
don't see like all the time. You know, we're
Well,
the founders, but
anybody
they are
who's-
the ones that do it.
Anybody who's been to any event, even outside the state, has ran into Dan Mack.
Yeah, pretty much you can't miss that face.
Yeah, he goes to everything.
Side note: I was just talking to Carolyn about stuff, and she's like, "Yeah, I'll talk with him, and we'll definitely
Let's do it.
definitely get
All
connected."
right.
What are we doing with Caroline?
We'll work for recovery, and Just Hope are going to start networking and doing some events together and getting.
That's right.
Yep.
But she also co-signed everything Josh was saying about that was her big thing. Was like, who did all their stuff? How'd they get? I said, Josh. She's like,
Josh.
she was like, so he did because she's the one who did all the paperwork. So she's like, wow, kudos to him.
Yeah. So I did the
She knows the
paperwork,
pain.
but like
Yeah.
for the events and stuff like that, I can't take credit for it. I just kind of direct everything. With most of the people that just walked in, besides
Yeah, Joel doesn't do
Joel?
anything except show up and make any board meeting we have. He makes it very unprofessional.
Yeah.
you know, Dan, and even Keegan like have helped raise donations and things that go not only towards our fundraising events but also to our outreach events and bringing the supplies that we need into the office to help people.
Oh yeah, Mo, flip that light switch behind you upwards, and then it was day.
You should have let that- Oh, wait.
The
Now we can see everybody's got fake teeth again.
Yeah, huh?
Here we go.
No, bro, this was best. But you were doing it perfect.
We're gonna act like I know
but
what I'm
we need
doing.
you on too every now and again.
I'm not that
Um,
pretty.
So yeah, we're looking forward to that conversation.
Yeah,
She'll
no,
probably slide her card off in here, but
I don't.
just after just a few minutes, I was talking to her. Like, kudos to you on what you guys did to get your organization up and running.
Yeah.
In 2017, when they got theirs going, there's one other. I'm not going to repeat a lot of this. So yeah, good kudos to you. Let's talk about what you were sharing, your story. Keep on going.
Yeah, so I've been on here twice now and explained my story. A lot of incarceration as a juvenile, drugs, alcohol, running away. This is why his phone keeps
Okay,
dying.
so this is why we were like so surprised he wanted to have us on here. We gave Angel a camera, and this dude starts turning it sideways, upside down like a parrot. He's like, "Oh, look how pretty I am!" Like,
we were actually
Just
we were actually surprised that you left just us in here
I knew
and
it was
walked
gonna
out of
be
the
great,
room.
though. I knew you boys were going to keep it going.
Yeah.
No,
No,
no, it was good.
so
I knew you guys was joking around.
so like I said, a lot of truancy, drugs, left school early, a lot of incarceration as a juvenile, which carried on into my adult life. I had about 2 weeks off of paper at the age of 18. I was originally put on EJJ, extended juvenile jurisdiction, and they kicked me off, and I was off for about 2 weeks. I thought I had gotten over on the system, and really it was because they knew that I was going to screw up. And I was immediately on adult probation, which meant that I could go to adult jail.
They gave you enough rope to hang yourself.
Yep. And I hung myself within 2 weeks.
Ah,
crazy.
I had 4 minor consumptions in a 2-week time period of getting off of paper.
Ooh.
And so, and then shortly after that, I met the mother of my children. Now, both of us struggle with mental health issues and getting somebody who has borderline personality disorder in a relationship with somebody else who has a borderline personality disorder, and they're on drugs and alcohol and they're criminal minded, was not a good mix.
Not a win-win.
No, not at all. And so we did some things, committed some crimes that really could have got us in a lot of trouble. Looks like John.
Yeah, I know.
We're not gonna talk about it, bro.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, and then you know, she got pregnant with my son, and you know, when she got pregnant with my son, and she actually told me that she was pregnant, I remember crying and telling her my life was over. Yeah, she's like, why are you crying? I'm like, my life is over. Like, I can't even take care of myself.
Can't even run and gun
Like,
no
how
more.
am I supposed to bring a kid into this world? And that was the first time that I made an honest attempt to try to get clean. I mean, I still smoked weed, but I stopped, you know, like drinking, and I tried to get a job, and I tried to create some semblance of a normal life. And it only lasted for so long. And then my son was born, and I didn't really show a lot of emotion because I believed emotions made you weak. And my mother used to tell me crying's for girls.
How long ago was it? How old is your boy?
My son is 16. He'll be
Okay.
17 next
So about
month.
18 years ago.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
My son will
That
be
is
17
crazy.
on November 25th. And so when my son was born, I didn't show a lot of emotions. It was the first time that I had cried the day my son was born.
Nice.
And so once again, I thought I was going to be able to get clean, stay clean, only smoke weed, hold a job, take care of my son. And I made it 6 months.
Woo.
And
Record.
yep, 6 months. I had found out that the mother of my children had a relationship behind my back with somebody I considered my closest friend, and I lost my mind.
Worst case scenario came true to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I lost my mind. I started codeine, Robitussin, any type of cough medicine mixed with alcohol and whatever drug I could get, and just started committing crimes and felonies. And you know, it came to an end in September of 2010 or 2009 when they picked me up. And
They are
the
who's
police.
they?
Straight
Okay.
up shout out police.
Rice County.
Rice County coming for you.
I remember
guy.
walking out the front door, and I remember them walking up the walkway, and I had my son in my arms, and they came walking up the walkway, and I bent over to set my son down, and I remember looking up, and there was 2 cops walking towards me, and there was 2 on this side, and there was another one coming around from the other side. They would like, because I would run, and like I could run,
They knew.
Never.
like I could get
He said,
away,
I could.
like
run.
yeah, I could run.
Not can,
And so they snuck up on me, and as soon as I looked up, they said, "Are you Joshua Fuss?" And I said, "Yeah." And they said, "Put your hands behind your back. You got warrants for your arrest." And I'm like, and at the time, because I've been doing so many drugs, I couldn't remember what they were coming for. Right? I didn't know. I knew I'd probably done something,
I know,
but I
earned it.
could, but I couldn't remember what it was for. And so they picked me up. And Rice County wasn't even the one that wanted me; it was Dakota County. So they
Shout out
met
Dakota
at
County.
they met
They're
at
like,
the
yeah, we'll help you.
yeah, they met at the border, and they handed me off on the side of what was it, on the side of 52, right? Handed me off at the border of each county, and they were like, "Yeah, but he's your problem now."
They were
handed
just
me off.
happy to get
Yeah,
rid of you.
and so they handed me off, and I remember my kid's mom crying, and I remember my son crying, and I remember telling her, "Don't worry about it. I'll be home tonight." And 11 years later, you know, because every time I'd get out, you know,
You weren't done yet.
I wasn't done yet. I'd continue to do the same stuff. And when I went to prison, right, she gave birth to my daughter,
Oh,
right, and
Shout out Autumn.
shout out Autumn,
Yeah.
who might actually be watching.
Oh, baby
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah,
good looking, Autumn.
so Autumn, yeah, so she gave birth to Autumn, and I you know, I was in prison, and it sucked, and I thought I was coming home to a relationship, and when I got out, she was already in another relationship with somebody and pregnant with their kid, and so that relationship was pretty much over. You know, and so I just felt like I had nothing. I had nothing to come home to. The one thing that I thought I had wasn't there. And so I continued to make the same decisions, and I'd get out. And I remember, so I'd taken a deal 15 months for auto theft, and they would put the rest over my head. If I made it off of parole, 4 years would drop away and I would be done. I'm in the halfway house, the old Cochran house out in Hastings. And I'm in there, and I had never been in any real like felony, like parole or, trouble. Right? I'd been all misdemeanor, like minors and stuff like that. And I'm sitting there, and there was a guy, and fuck this guy. There was a guy who was like, "Did you know that if you run the entirety of your parole, they'll still let you off parole?"
That part.
And I'm like, "Why am I sitting here waiting when I could have my freedom?" And so I ran off.
Crazy.
I'm like, "Nope, I'm not waiting
That's
around."
crazy.
Gotcha.
Who would do that?
4 years over your head?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And so, right, that's not the case. They stop your parole time, right, until they recapture you.
What a concept.
Right.
So that time doesn't approve.
Yeah, it doesn't
No,
approve.
no.
So I was gone. I was gone for 2 months. Right. And one night, me and my kid's mom getting in an argument over the phone. She knows where I'm at. Right. And she's like, and she texted me and she was like, she said something like, "I could take you down even from this far away." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, whatever." And I'm out of my mind. And I'm arguing with my then girlfriend, and we're going down 169 from Onamia towards Malacca. And her and I are arguing, and I'm out of my mind. And she's going like 70, and I pulled the e-brake in the middle of the freeway.
I'll teach you.
Yep.
You were on one then?
Oh, I was. Pull the e-brake, jump out of the car, and I'm drinking by myself in a ditch. And she's driving around back and forth looking for me.
Wow.
And finally, like after about a half hour, I'm climbing out of the ditch, and she's like, "Are you done?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she picks me up, and we go to a gas station, and I'm so cocky, right, and arrogant. There's 3 squads out there of Mille Lacs County sheriffs.
Oh.
And she's like, "You're really gonna go in there?" And I'm like, "They only pick you up if if you show confidence, they're not gonna expect anything."
Yeah, that always works.
Because I'm drunk and high, and I go in there and I go to use the bathroom, and I hear the door open, and they're like, "Mr. Fuss, put your hands behind your back."
We seen your picture, my guy.
Yeah, and so like all I could say was as they're putting me in the back of the squad car, and my girl's crying. I'm like, she wasn't lying. She's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "She told me she could take me down from that far away," and she had called me into the Mille Lacs County sheriffs. Yeah, and
Got him.
right. So I went in. Had to do. So they had because it was a plea deal. They had taken some of the time that I did for the for the stolen vehicle.
It wasn't concurrent, but they let you.
They let me use
apply
that time
some-
that I was already in,
Okay.
and so they applied it to that, and then I only went in for like 2 years because you do 2/3 your time at that time.
He says only, but
Yeah,
you
only.
lose 24 hours and it sucks. 24 hours. He was in for 2 more years.
Right, but at the end of that 2 years, I was already the being institutionalized was taking effect.
Right.
Right, like I was better out just being in there. Why don't I just?
You shared about that last time. This is
Yeah.
that part where I was like, I hate knowing about people when they come on, but
Yeah.
share about that because to me that kind of hit hard. How that last time you were in there, like where was your mind at?
So, now I'd been a screw up, right, my entire life. Like I'd spent the majority of my time in juvenile detention, harbor shelter, other juvenile delinquency camps or organizations, whatever it was. I think I even ended up at like a Christian group home at one point called Victory Center. They used to make us go around with these flyers and ask for money from like neighbors in town. Like it had to have been a scam. Right. But I'm like 16. I don't know any better. Right. And they'd give us like $10 if we like out of like the $1,000 we'd raise. But so at this point, I'm better off just being institutionalized because there's structure. I can still get the drugs. That's not a problem. Right. I could still get fucked up and they're not going to think twice. As long as I'm locked in my cell and I don't bother anybody, like I can continue doing whatever I'm doing. I got a pretty sweet hustle, beating and playing cards. Right. And so I'm like,
Your new life.
yeah, I'm going to get out and I'm going to fuck this up anyways. And I've already been away from my children long enough that they're not even going to care. And they were so young that they're not even going to remember me.
You're good.
I might as well
Just
I might as well just stay, right? And so I'd get out, right? Get a job, make a little bit of money, get high a little bit, and then get into some relationship, screw up and go back. Get out, same thing, screw up and go back. And I just kept doing it over and over and over again. And then a couple years later, I think it was about 2014, 2015. At this time, the mother of my children had become a meth addict herself, right? And I didn't know that, right? And so she had fallen into her own form of addiction. Of course, like she had drank and smoked weed before, but she had fallen into meth addiction, and some things happened, and our children ended up getting taken. And they contact me while I'm in prison, and they were like, "Hey,
CPS?
yeah." Well, they CPS did. They contacted my caseworker, and they were like, "Where's your kid's mom?" And I'm like, "I don't know."
Do they talk to you about, do you have anywhere safe for your kids to go? Like, do you have family that we could send your kid to, or was it?
No, they were looking for her because she had taken our kids from foster care, and they were trying to say that she kidnapped them, right? And so they came to me and they were like, "Where is she?" They just wanted her, and because of our previous history together, they assumed that I would know how to find her.
Right.
And so, but I
Did they at
didn't.
least offer you some time off?
No.
Didn't even offer you
So,
nothing.
but what's here's the crazy part about that, right? So I had just petitioned the HRU board, which is the parole board, right, to keep me, right? I'd gone back, so I was given a year, right, to complete treatment. I completed treatment, and fully institutionalized now.
Yep.
Right. And Lionel Lakes, if anybody's been there, has what they call Leader Dog for the Blind program, where inmates, if you're a model inmate and you do everything correctly, you can get a dog when it's a puppy and train it for blind people. This dog sleeps in the room with you every night.
And they still do it.
Yep, they still do it. And you can leave your cell at any time to take the dog out, to feed the dog, anything like that, right? And so I was up next, right? I was up next to get my own dog, and I'm like, you know what? I love it here. So I went to the board, and I'm like, keep me. And they were like, what? And I'm like, keep me. And they were like, we've never, had anybody come in here and say, execute this much time to keep me. And so they had approved me. They said, we're going to give you up to 365 just in case you change your mind. Right. So we're going to give you another year and see what happens. And so they gave me that other year. And within a month, that's when they called me about my kid's mom. And I was like, all right, I need to go home.
That changed everything.
Yeah. And so they released me. Right.
So they gave you a year to change your mind.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And so they released me. I went back to South St. Paul, and I actually did I had 18 months of white knuckling recovery. Like I went to meetings and stuff, but I was still 13 stepping and doing all this fuck boy shit and everything like that. You know what I mean? Still
sick.
Yeah, still sick, still manipulating my parole, still thinking I could get away with stuff. And I made it so I had made it like 18 months, and I had actually made some headway. I actually got introduced to NA, so I started to learn what the steps were and stuff like that. I wasn't working them, but I knew what they were.
That better be God calling.
And so like I made it 18 months, and then I made the fatal decision that I was going to go and see. That I was going to go see how some of my friends are, and it's funny because
check in.
No. But hold on. Here's the funny thing is that friend that I went to go see actually volunteers and works for the nonprofit right now, and we all know who I'm talking about. Yeah. So he actually stays with us. So I went to go see how he was, and of course, like I just completely fell off. And at this point, I had gained the trust of right, because I had shown that I was willing to, recover and everything. And I got drunk one night. relapsed on methamphetamines. I hadn't used it in a couple years. And I remember coming to, and I'm laying in somebody's front yard with a bunch of credit cards and wallets around me. And I'm like, clearly I've broken into somebody's shit. And I had no idea how I got it, but I knew that I had because, you know, that was one of my MOs.
Woke up to all these wallets around you. Hold tight. Did someone got the show live on their phone real quick? I want to make sure we didn't lose sound.
Don't you?
On my phone, no, I'm doing it. Yeah, here, hand me that. Sorry, TikTok. We're gonna pause up for a sec. All you one followers that are watching right now, hold tight.
Perfect.
Boom, baba, boom.
Oh no, we're
good.
we
We good, right?
We're good.
All right, Matt. We got all right. It's because it's on mute here. All right. Shit, no, it's out of my ear. So you come to with all these wallets around
Yep.
you.
come to with all these wallets around me. I try to make it to my homeboy's house, start pounding on, and this is like 3 a.m, and I'm pounding on a door that's not even his, it's his neighbor's, right? I finally realized, like, I sober up enough to realize, like, I'm pounding on the wrong house at 3 a.m. I don't know how somebody didn't call the cops. I'm over south, but I don't know how somebody didn't call the cops, or at least
Because you were over south.
hurt, yeah, or hurt me, right? And so his house is actually the next one over. I finally realize where I'm at, and I get there and I pass out. I wake up and the cops are there, right? I'm assuming my homeboy called me in. I don't know what happened or how they found out where I was at, but they picked me up, and I remember they get me to the Hennepin County Jail, and I had an empty pill bottle in my pocket. And I was so out of it that I kept falling over and like sliding down the wall. And the cops were like, "Why can't you stand up?" And I said the first thing that came to my mind, I said, "I swallowed all my pills."
Hello, HCMC.
Yep. And they took me to HCMC. And by the time I got there, so Dakota County's Fugitive Task Force was looking for me. And when they found out that I had been picked up, they met us at HCMC. And the doctor was like, "No, he's suicidal. By law, we can't release him." They're like, "Well, we're going to sit outside outside his room." And they were like, "By law, you can't do that. You can't even come on the unit because of HIPAA."
Oh, huh.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they couldn't come on there. And so they were like, "You call us immediately."
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
Yeah, immediately. As soon as you're going to release him, you call us. And 2 weeks later, my doctor was like, "What are you going to do if I let you go?" And I was like, "I'm going to go see my kids." And he opened up the door. And as soon as the door opened, I ran from one end of HCMC to the other with a 12-pack of Mountain Dew and like no shoes on, because I thought for sure the cops were going to be coming up the elevator. And I got out of there 7 months later. I get picked up, and my parole officer's like, how did you do that?" And I'm like, you know what? Look, I have no idea how the hell I did that. But so I ended up going in. I took a charge for somebody. I went in. You know, I was kind of still doing the same thing, getting high while I was in prison and everything like that. I got out, got a job, did the same thing, went to go see some old friends, got high.
Crazy.
Right. They were like, "Here, take this acid. It doesn't show up in a UA." And within 2 hours, I was like, "Who's got a bag? Like, we're just gonna smoke some dope. Like, we're already here." Fast forward about 2 months, and we get picked up February 11th in a stolen neon purple Kia.
Yeah, because why not?
Yeah, because why not? And at the Walmart in Eagan, which is, it was all bad. And so, like, I'm walking out, I see something move. I said, "We're about to get arrested." They said, "You're paranoid and you're high." I'm like, "No, I'm not." And we get in the car, and they waited till we started the car.
Whoop.
And the lights went up. My hands went up. I started to laugh. They were like, "This isn't funny." I said, "I'm going to jail." And so they got me in the back of the squad car. And, you know, I didn't tell them shit. You know, I'm like, "Get me to jail." I'm like, "I'm cold. I just want to," it's the middle of winter.
Sandwich in a
Yeah, it's just the middle of winter. So they get me there. And the next day, as most of you probably know this part, like, I tried to plea out at my bail hearing, which they weren't having because you don't plea out at a bail hearing. And they weren't going to send me to prison off of a bail hearing. They wanted me to sit. And this is the start of my higher power in my life, really making decisions for me. He's like, "Yeah, we've had enough of your
shenanigans."
Yeah. And so my higher power started making decisions and introducing people in my life that led me to where I'm at. while I was in the Dakota County Jail. I took every program that I could, including MRT.
Is that when you had the mental change on what
Yep.
you're going to really be doing?
Yes. And so I started working on MRT. Who would have thought that criminality was part of my problem? Right. Thinking I could get
crazy.
Yeah. I was not only was I mentally insane, but I was criminally insane. I couldn't operate or function without having.
No. People are still watching. Come on.
I'm trying to figure out what he's doing. Yeah, and so I started taking every program because I actually wanted to change. This entire time I thought I was going to prison and like I was all right. Like I'm like we already know like I can do this. Like get a TV, eat a bunch of food, get fat, and get out. Right, but I knew that I wanted to change. So right, like I had a different spirit. Still gonna get fat and watch TV. But I want
recovery.
Yeah, but I was going to do it in recovery, right? I was already working on a recovery bod, but you know what I mean? And so I started doing all these things. And weirdly enough, you know, when you start doing stuff for your spirit and for your mental state and for the right reasons,
Man, I pulled an angel, dude. I let my phone die. Sorry, TikTok. If you go ahead.
Yeah. So, yeah. And then the final nail in the coffin was walking around the corner on my birthday, watching my father be booked in.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. And so
Shit.
I knew in that moment that I was done because if I didn't change, like the same thing was going to happen to my children. And, you know, and then I go to court for my sentencing and, you know, I kept telling myself I'm going to prison and replacing it with there's no way my higher power is going to allow me to go to prison. Knowing that I had done everything to actually change my life.
Now that it really changed.
Yeah.
Right.
Now that I've actually changed and I wasn't praying just one more time, like, let me out of this. Like I was like, whatever in my head, I'm like, whatever you see fit. But like, I've done real change. Like I'm really going to, you know, be a different person. And they let me out. I was a guaranteed prison commit, 8-time felon, like guaranteed. Like I was.
Like, what do the points look like at that?
Not only that, but like it was another stolen vehicle. You know what I mean? And so, but yeah, so they let me out. I went to RCCS. I did MRT one more time. I was miserable as shit. Miserable, and Angel was sharing about me being pissed off all the fucking time. Like people think I'm angry and irritable now. You should have seen me from day one. Yeah, it was bad.
It was ugly.
I was bad. I walk into the room like resting bitch face is what they used to tell me. Like you have really bad resting bitch face. Like I have it now at times, but like back then, like dude, it was bad. And so like people didn't want to approach me. People didn't want to hang out with me. I didn't want to hang out with other people. I hated everybody. And I locked myself away in a basement. And I thought that I could figure it out on my own by myself, just by going to college and doing all these other things. And one day somebody was like, hey, come to a meeting. Shout out Steve Kessler. Yeah. And brought me to a meeting and tricked me into a chair position.
And the trick still comes up.
Yeah, he did. He tricked me into a chair position. I got shanghaied into a chair position, and so that started my my real journey in recovery. And I was still miserable. And at 2 years, receiving my 2 years clean, I admitted to somebody that I actually wanted to kill. I admitted to actually a group of people I wanted to kill myself, and like legitimately, like I wanted to take myself out. Because I was no longer going to use drugs or alcohol, so my disease was going to take me out one way or another. And
I put a hotline up there about what he's talking about. So if you're having those type of thoughts, utilize this hotline.
So I, I was going to kill myself, and it was either I worked my steps or I was going to die. Those were my only options. I wasn't going to use, so I worked my steps. I realized that everything that had happened in my life was because of my decisions.
Wait, hold up. We're going to pause up right there. At what point in doing these steps, did that psychic change come about where you realized this type of stuff? Was it once you
Fifth step. Having to admit that shit to people. And anybody who knows my sponsor,
The Godfather.
Yeah.
the Godfather is what they call him. So my sponsor, and like doing it within 3 days, it took 3 days to go over my entire force, my entire 4-step. This man would wait until I got off of work at Eastside Pizzeria at like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and would be sitting in the parking lot waiting to come in so that he could sit with me to do this. And so like, and I hated him. And I hated him for his dedication and for his willingness. And he laughed when we got to the part of my 4-step that he was on it, because he just ridiculous.
The part where your sponsors on your
Yeah.
4-step,
Yeah.
beautiful moment.
And so like and I hated it. And part of the reason why I hated it was because I never believed that I was worthy of care and love and concern. Right? Like I'd always thought like my parents didn't take care of me and just kind of threw me to the wolves and were mentally unstable and drug addicts and stuff like that. Right? And so I believed that I was worth nothing more than prison, pain, and being hopeless. And so then when the first person that steps into my life, which is my sponsor, who actually truly cares, loves, and has compassion for me, I'm like, fuck this dude.
right?
You know what I mean? And it was the same thing with my counselor, right? She used to do that to me all the time. She'd be like, I love you, fuck you.
Right. It was
Yeah.
It was either you didn't believe it or it was that.
What
foreign.
and not only that, but at this point I had realized, right? I did not like my children. Right? So like I'd been trained, right, by the way that my parents treated me, right? I hated them, but I became them, right? And the way that I treated my children, and I didn't like my children. Like I loved my children, but I didn't like them because I always thought about them when I got high and I got drunk and I
They
went on
wrecked your
run.
eye.
Just ruined your eye.
And I had to think about it, right? Like I had to think about my daughter and my son who was there the day that my prison journey started, and my daughter who was born without her father in the room, right? And I had to think about, you know, and it made me feel like shit, so I disliked them.
Right.
So I was
I've
gonna
had multiple people share
Yeah.
about that. Like, and that was a big part for them to get over, was that guilt and shame about them disliking their children.
yes.
They got in the way of me getting high, and I knew it was wrong of me to think that way.
Yep.
Like there's a deep psychological. Come on. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can get another.
We're
chair in here.
multiplying.
Who
This
runs
is
the
Josh.
organization?
Josh.
He's the one who
Yeah,
put
give
that
me
work
that.
in.
I'll help
Okay.
you out.
That's what I'm
Sure.
talking
See,
about.
you don't gatekeep.
Networking. That's
and they
what's up.
they dealt with that like back in
Yeah.
17. They dealt with
We
other.
volunteered for 5 years. I almost destroyed myself financially.
Yeah, we
Oh,
can
I
relate to that.
So, but I wanted to quit
All right.
half a dozen times a
But
week.
there wasn't many other. Just real quick, because you're almost at the end of your story. But you guys were basically the second RCO out here in minutes in the metro, right?
I'm not sure about
But
that.
you guys didn't have no resources of anyone to go to, and the ones you could, they were gatekeeping.
Yeah.
They didn't want to. They didn't want to share the spoils of what the government had to
Until DHS said you guys got to play nice with the other RCOs, and then they're like, okay, and
Yeah.
now I'm like, now look.
give. No, then the hurdles, them hurdles just aren't there now. Like
I don't
they dealt with some
believe it.
shit. You guys need to talk. Like you
Yeah,
guys will.
for
need
sure.
to-
Yeah,
So-
reach out to me, send me
Yeah,
an email.
absolutely.
Yeah,
For sure I
I you guys, because I was surprised you guys got set up as an RCO. Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. it's
You know
a
what?
lot of
Hey,
work.
you
We were
loud, but that's audience.
That was
Good
that
for
was
you,
loud.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how you guys are talking about the Godfather? Godfather.
now we got a godmother in it.
These
What's up
reason
now?
these lights are on. There's a reason. That's Paul just run. He'll tell you what he runs.
Yeah.
His mouth. For real, he'll be the first to tell you. She's the one who runs the show.
Yeah. Well, I had a small business previously, so I knew some, but nonprofit is so different.
Yeah, it's a much different beast.
It's
Yeah.
Very complicated.
I love you, Carolyn. Thank you.
Thank you guys right down here.
Watch out for the puppy.
We all love you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
thank you guys. Thank you.
All right, so Josh, you're at this point now, like basically, you're at this turning point in your story.
Yeah. So work my steps. I did my 5th, right? And I like to joke like 4 steps, write down how big of a piece of shit you were.
Yeah.
5th step is tell somebody how big of a piece of shit you were. 6th step is ask God to take these things that make you a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Right. And I say it like that because it keeps all of the responsibility on me, because regardless of whatever the fuck happened to me and whatever my parents did and all that other shit, I made the decisions that brought me to this point.
How freeing was that for you when you came to that conclusion that
Was-
you're the reason? You're
No,
the
I was bound down and chained down in a different way. I realized, and I was miserable at the fact that I no longer had excuses to be an asshole.
I don't even have an excuse.
Yeah, I don't have an
anymore.
excuse now, because
What?
now every time I do something, now I got to think about the fact this is my
It's
fault.
on you.
This is
I do.
my fault.
I
Right.
think it's important for people to hear that out there, because it took quite a few years of my recovery to realize that shit, it was me.
It was me.
It was me.
Yeah.
It sounded like someone's knocking, right?
It's weird, right? Like I couldn't figure out why nobody wanted to be around me, and I'm like, because you guys you guys suck. It's like that's on you. It's you. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I'm an asshole, right? Like I'm an asshole, and this is my fault and stuff like that. And after I realized like it was me and these decisions, I started making decisions that not only helped me but helped other people. And shortly after that, I got into an amazing relationship.
Oh, thank you for speaking up to me like that. I love you too. Oh wait, you're talking about your wife.
No,
My
that-
bad. My bad.
It's been about
Oh, it's Angel. Oh, it's Keegan.
It was Keegan. It was Keegan. No, so I got
baby girl.
so
Weird.
that was weird. We've said weirder things to each other. So
With eye
and
contact.
and actually I had been into in a relationship previous to that, and of course I was toxic, controlling, egotistical, and I burned it to the ground. And then in typical fashion, I turned around and I blamed her for it. You did this.
Like a true addict. on that.
This is your fault. And when really it was mine. There was expectations and boundaries that were set that I wasn't willing to follow. Right. And so I made decisions. And so after that relationship ended and I met my beautiful wife, Kim.
Thank you, Kim.
Hang on. Look. Kim.
I had worked my steps, and with how caring and loving that she is, and her willingness to put up with my mental instability and everything. I decided to just do the complete opposite of everything that you've
Right.
done.
Try everything
Right. And
different.
so it's working through my steps, right, and learning how to make amends, and with her care and concern and my sponsor's guidance, I'm married.
That's crazy.
Another one.
That's
Yeah.
And you guys are a powerhouse. You said she supports you, right?
She does support me. She really does. I will admit that right now. A lot of the things that need to get paid at home wouldn't get paid without her. She fully supports what we're doing and building this organization. There are hard times, but even in my previous business, she's always been there to support me and hold me up. And sometimes I have to go home and be like, tell me I got this. And she'll be like, you got this. And so
Yeah. You found your partner.
yeah. And so and that's the thing is like it's somebody that not only do I walk this journey with, but she's my equal, right? Not only do so when we wake up, we go our separate ways. She works her recovery, I work mine. When we come home, we work recovery in our house. Right? We work the program together, and we work the program with other people. And it's freeing. It's amazing, and it's freeing. And today my life as irritated and
You have a new sober day?
no.
Am I gonna have a new fucking
Sorry,
You guys
Josh.
work your sobriety together, separate? Yeah, come on.
Yep. No, and so today, as frustrated as I might get, I don't really have much to complain about, right? Like,
Yep.
there's no us.
Oh, it's just you, Angel. Oh, sorry, bro.
He spoke first, so
No.
yeah.
Because I'm in the room too.
I forgot he was here. That's all there is. Yeah. No, so today I don't really have much to complain about. Sometimes they're hard. I have some health issues, like that kind of slow me down. But like my life is beautiful, right? Like it could be so much worse. And most of all, right? My daughter lives with me,
Yeah.
Right.
Shout out.
Yeah.
and I'm super proud of my daughter, and I love her. And
We're all proud of it.
I went from not wanting to be around my children to having my child who is my mini me.
Exactly.
She runs her mouth just as hard as I do, if not harder.
It's
You know.
definitely harder.
Yeah.
It's aggressive.
Yeah, she's I love her. And so, so I have a wife, we have a home, I have friends, I have people that no longer run away from me.
Well,
Except for Angel when he thinks he's going to get in trouble. But no, I do. I have a beautiful life, and it's because I actually did some real legit work. And another thing, the most important thing is I acknowledge my mental health. And it's weird that when you work on your mental health and you work on the criminality and then you work on the drug addiction all at once, everything comes into harmony, right? When I take care of all of that, there's this conception of like the 12 steps, the spiritual part, right, is going to be the cure all, right? Like the program, right? As long as you just stay within the rooms, right? But that's the spirituality, right? For me, the program was the spirituality. Like it made me realize how empty and shattered I was on the inside, and it brought me whole, right? Then the mental health. Taking my medication was the mental part for me, right? Because mentally I was insane, right? I
was
Well,
still are
a little bit,
a little bit.
a little bit,
Okay, owning it.
Right.
loving it.
right? And then I was committing these fucking crimes, thinking that they were okay, right, in order to support myself, right? And I was damaging and victimizing all these other freaking people, right? And I thought it was okay because in my head they were objects, and it was your fault because you left it out and made it easy for me to get to, right? And the moment that I started taking accountability for accountability for the things that I was doing, and I took care of the mental, and then I took care of the spirituality, all of a sudden my entire life kind of just.
Do you have a higher power today? And if so, what does that look like?
My higher power would be the one and only God, Jesus Christ.
Okay. How does he work in your life today?
I wouldn't be here without him.
Yeah, before you guys leave, I need you each to sign that wall if you haven't yet.
And everything that I have today is because of my higher power. There's no doubt about that. I wouldn't be here. I'd have been dead. I'd have been dead years ago after I overdosed. You know what I mean? And yeah.
Looking back, what was the biggest hurdles for you? What was the biggest hurdle? Looking back, what was the biggest hurdle for you?
This time around,
Your whole journey. This whole journey from a wee lad to now, what's been the biggest hurdle for you? I get it. There might be multiple.
no. Letting people love me.
How'd you overcome that?
Yeah, it's hard to. Yeah.
I had
I got tissues, bro. You're good.
no. I had a counselor that called me a bitch every fucking day.
Bro.
Oh yeah,
Every day.
yeah. I came out with the prison mentality, like I said, you know what I mean. I came out with the prison mentality.
Damn, and you let someone got away with calling you a bitch?
Hold on.
Every
She
day.
still calls him.
Still,
She
to
still
this
calls-
day.
I'm
Everywhere.
Hold on.
Love
I'm if she were here and you were to call her from my phone,
She'd be like,
it comes up. What's up, bitch? Yeah, that's what she has me saved in her phone. Now, for a
Yeah,
lot of
what up
people,
now?
right, who have been incarcerated, know like how upsetting that could
that's
be,
a
right?
no-no.
And so I'm coming out of prison, going to RCCS, which is nothing but guys coming out of prison.
Yep.
Right. And one day a guy called me a bitch. I got pissed. I was gonna fuck him up. She came out of nowhere, was like, "You don't like being called a bitch?" Said no. She goes, "You fucking bitch."
Red button.
And I'm not gonna say her name because she is a counselor. She
Yeah.
could probably get herself in trouble.
Right.
So she called me a bitch. I'm not gonna hit a woman. And so every day she'd see me, she'd be like, "What's up, bitch?" And she'd call me bitch. And then at some point it turned, and I'm like, I don't even give a shit
Right.
anymore. Like, this is just ridiculous. This is also the same woman that'd be like, "Hey, I love you. Fuck you."
Yeah.
Yep. And that's
You
what I would
still-
tell her.
And now he says that every day.
It's those type of things we realize what we gave power to.
Yeah.
That,
And
that
so
part about the word bitch, that's a
there,
tough one.
there was not a moment in my recovery that she knew me that she gave up at any point. No matter what, she was there to support me along with my sponsor. And that's when I realized that there was people that loved and cared about me and that weren't going to give up on me, and that not everybody was going to run or abandon me or use me.
Right. No, I get it. I get it. We hear that all the time too. I mean, you are unique. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's them type of situations that'll really fuck.
Did you hear that, John? I am unique.
You are.
Very-
You're not that special, but you're unique.
Um,
You're just another pickle in the jar.
So like, I'm gonna leave this up to you guys. Like, it's 10. I'm cool. We can hear everyone's whole story. We'll be here till 3 in the morning.
I got a case of these in the car.
Let me get one.
They're not sugar free.
Bro, you got people care about here. I got more water. Here's a
No, I
There
need
you go.
energy
Nope.
drink.
No, you don't.
Hey, I got a
Here.
5-hour in the car.
Here, you can share this one with me. That's how much I love you. You
No,
can share
there's
this.
sugar in it.
Then drink the water, bro.
He was like, I don't care.
He's got a 5 hour.
Yeah.
5 hour in the car.
Oh, never mind. Sugar free 5
I'm
hour.
broke on caffeine, man.
All right.
Can't do sugar, but you can do a 5
Come
hour.
on.
Those things are like-
Your
Oh,
batter's up.
So
They don't have-
I'm John. I'm a recovered addict alcoholic, and I like saying that because it pisses people off when I say that because they're like, "No, you never recovered." I recovered from a mental state of hopelessness, and that was because of the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous, done to the best of my ability. Unlike everybody else, I'm just gonna be the real one. When I did my 4-step inventory and I did my resentment towards drugs because drugs destroyed my life and drugs were so bad and drugs did this and drugs did that, and my mom because she was on drugs and my dad because he's an alcoholic, it's everybody else's fault. And I did a resentment on drugs, and I did the 4-step inventory sheet where you flip the sheet, and I flipped the sheet over, and the second question is, where had you been dishonest? And in my addiction, I'd never admitted that. In 9th grade, I made a decision that I was going to hang out with the drug dealers. I was going to start selling drugs, and I was going to do as much drugs as I could because I couldn't make it in school because, Johnny's different and Johnny can't read. And
Johnny's
Johnny,
unique.
yeah, Johnny's unique. And I'm
Johnny's
isolated.
different.
And if you understood what I went through, then maybe you would, yeah. And it didn't work. So doing that inventory, I realized that I was full of crap. I lied to myself. And that was a big moment when I realized that I was no longer powerless over drugs and alcohol because I'd been separated from them. And at this point, I think I had maybe 60 days. I was 60 days in the treatment center. I just got into a fight with my chick. And she's like, if you love me, you leave that treatment center. And I'm like, you stupid bitch. Yeah, I'm doing this for you because I'm trying to be a better human being so I don't beat you anymore. And then I'm smashing the phone on this basketball thing at Christ Recovery Center, and I'm losing my crap. And I'm like, oh, I want to beat her. And I'm like, wait a second, why do I want to beat her? I'm like, I'm not even using drugs, and I want to beat up another human being. I'm like, okay, so there's something else wrong. And my sponsor at the time was like, maybe it's time to do your 4-step inventory. And I was like, well, I don't know what that's about. So let's just try it, So I'd done somebody told me I had to write a fearless and searching inventory, right? So I had to list all of the things, institutions and ideas and all these things that I had resentments towards. So I came up with like 167 resentments, and I did columns 1, 2, and 3. Column 1, who I'm mad at. Column 2, what they did to hurt me. Column 3, what was hurt, right? My self-esteem, my ambitions, my personal relationships, security, sexual relationships. So I did all these, and I did 1 through 3 on each one of them. And I was physically ill. I was physically sick. I was like sick in bed for 3 days, and I couldn't get out of bed. And I was talking to my now sponsor, and he said, well, what came out in column 4? And I said, wait, what? And he said, did you flip the sheet? And I said, no. And he goes, of course you're physically sick. Like you just relived all of the things that you're pissed off at the world, the institution of marriage, Washington County, Dakota County, Hennepin County. I got all these resentments. So anyways, so he said, flip the sheet. And like, that's what it was about. I mean, I can go through the long story. Basically, a life run on me trying to succeed at all of these things that were driven by fear. I had spent my entire life in fear from like age 5 on. I was afraid, one, that people were going to harm me, 2, that people were going to leave me, and 3, that people wouldn't love me. Right. And all of those fears led me down all these different paths in my life. And I was just driven by this fear. And that's all it did. It just constantly decided all my decisions. I wouldn't go for a promotion because I was afraid I wasn't smart enough. I wouldn't save money because I needed to blow it so you guys would think I was rich. And I wouldn't I wouldn't live in the hood because I needed to live in the suburbs because I needed to look like I succeeded. And I was afraid that you guys would all find out that I was just this poor little kid from the East Side who only fit in with other individuals that he had grown up with. I had family, you know, I had all these cousins, and it was great. It was beautiful. Like they're my family, and we all fit in together. But there was a moment when I moved to Woodbury, and through doing the inventory process, it was when I realized, like, holy crap, that was the birth of the chameleon, right? If I dress like these people, if I act like these people, then they'll accept me. And all of a sudden, I've got this whole new identity that's wrapped up in another lie that all I got to do is look like you, talk like you, walk like you, and then you people will accept me. And then I can feel validated and like I'm good enough finally. Like, I arrived, you know. His new wife's house. All right, love you, my brothers. Hey, congratulations, Mo.
Oh, hold up.
Be
hold
good,
up.
my guy.
Sit down.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to snap at you, but
Yeah,
sit
no,
down
he
for
did.
Just a sec.
Unmute him.
Bro, before you go, you know what we gotta do. We on the Attitude for Gratitude show.
Attitude and gratitude.
No.
No,
If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
super speed.
My superpower would be lifting stuff up and putting it down.
Oh,
The Hulk.
You can already
You
do
wouldn't
the
Hulk
like
is
the
a
Hulk.
superpower?
Yo, that's my new superpower.
But what does the Hulk look
Without
like
getting
with
hurt,
the
bro.
doorstep?
Without getting hurt.
Yeah.
But hold on.
I mean,
That's a
because
valid question.
I've been
my
getting
boy.
hurt lately. You know what I mean?
What does the Hulk look like after doing a four-step?
Looks like a Buddhist monk.
Valid question,
He
dude.
already looks like the Hulk when he takes his shirt off. No, but he's got to get mad to be the Hulk.
All right, Angel. Pick a number 1 through 100.
Let's go 76.
76. What is your favorite dessert? Sorry, John.
Listen, trust me, I love it.
He said it.
Yeah.
My new
He
fiance.
said Mushu.
My new fiance. Have a good night. My
right.
fiance.
One more. 1 through 100.
One more. Let's do 51.
51.
Alien.
You have to sing karaoke. What song do you pick?
You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. I don't
We
know,
went
bro.
Toy Story, bro.
Yeah, bro.
That's what's
I'm
up.
like, yeah, that's how I feel today.
I'll be your Woody.
Name of the show is Attitude for Gratitude. What's your gratitude look like?
My gratitude, man. It looks what it looks like today. Why don't you just spin the camera around, do a whole
That part.
360?
That part.
That's what it looks like.
Yowzer.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Angel, we love you. Thank you for coming on. This is one of the 3 who are part of the founding members of Just Hope. Angel, I love you. Thank you, bro.
Bro, thank you. I love you. I appreciate everything you've been doing, man. You like I said today, bro. You didn't get to hear me speak, but I got to sit in the meeting today, and I haven't been hitting meetings as much as I want to. But when I seen you come in, I seen that glow, bro. You still have that fucking glow, and I love it. You know what I mean? That means you're doing something fucking right. I'm proud of you, bro. Love you.
Thank you, baby.
Mic drop.
Hasta luego, my boy.
All right. Now, we was in the middle of hearing John share about a real 4-step. A fella told him, bro, you didn't turn it over? Of course you're still sick.
So like there's this moment in all of it where so I'm writing and like I've got my own like theory on this and this is what I think. This is my experience with it and this is what happened. When I flipped the sheet, so as I'm writing, right, the meat bag is busy writing, right? My hand's writing and my logical mind is saying, hey, stupid, that's not how you spell the word the. and my emotion is writing about this emotional stuff. And in that moment, there was a voice that came through, and I was doing a resentment on one of my exes, and you know how she had hurt me, and she did this and she did that, and she wouldn't drop the danko, and dot 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 dot. I'm just full of rage. I'm looking at 10 years in prison because of her. She doesn't love me. And I do the inventory, and where had I been selfish? You know, like I was selfish one eye, and the ego like loved writing it. It was like, haha, I remember you were selfish when you remember I was selfish when I was selfish when I was selfish when I, and he started writing, and then all of a sudden it's like he got tired. And in that moment, I heard John, and this is exactly what I heard in my head. I heard, John, you never cared about her happiness, just like you never cared about your mother's, your father's, or your grandfather's. And in that one moment, like I pushed away the paper because I was like, what was that? Who just called me John? Number one. Number two, what are they talking about? And that's the moment I had my eyes were wide open. And I had contact with God, and he spoke directly to me, and he called me by name.
Switched on.
And it changed everything I had thought about this world and God's universe in that one moment. And I realized that God was within me. He was with me in this room. He wanted to talk to me about some things. So I like the junkie I am, I'm like, ooh, hook it up. I need some more of that. So I went like right on to the next question. Like, where had I been dishonest? I was like, shit, sweet. I lied when I lied. And I had like a list, man. I lied about everything. I told this chick I was a Buddhist. Like, no, like I never meditated in my life. I've listened to some sound baths, but like I moved to Hawaii and I became a Buddhist. No, I didn't. I was full of crap. I told all of these lies, right? And I was like, I lied when I lied. And when no thoughts came, I started tapping the pen. And then the voice came and it said, John, you lied to yourself. She never showed you she loved you. And I was like, wait, what? Holy crap. She's never shown me she loved me. And I keep staying and I started laughing, and I keep staying in this relationship. I'm like, why do I keep staying in this relationship? I asked a question and I moved on to the next question, where I'd have been self-seeking and fearful, afraid of losing what I have or not getting what I want. So I did something. So I just started writing. I lied. I was afraid that she would leave me. So I did that. I was afraid that she wouldn't accept me. So I did that. And then it was, John, you're afraid to be alone. So you lie to yourself that people love you. And then you lie to yourself again and say that you love them. I didn't love her. I loved what she did, to my wiener. Let's be real. Okay. Like, and to me, that was love, because I was all twacked out on crystal methamphetamine, and which is always a good idea. Sex and meth is just freaking hot. Right. So like I'd had an experience right there, and all I could think was, there's got to be more. So I started doing these inventory sheets on all of these different situations. And like I had said, I've got a resentment towards drugs and alcohol because they harm me. No, I'm not powerless over drugs and alcohol. I was. And if I consume them, I become powerless again. The mental obsession, the emotional unmanageability, the physical unmanageability, and the spiritual unmanageability. I know that if I use drugs, I'll never hear that voice say, John, you're lying to yourself. So I just went for it. I just wanted to know more about it. And then I told my sponsor about it, and he was like, aren't you a pleasure to be around? I was like, shut up. But then I told him like the rest of my life story, my deepest, darkest secrets. And he said things that were loving. And this is a real experience. I went back to my job after I'd been sober for a while. And my boss is like, because he knew me and my addiction. He was like, so what happened, man? I was like, well, I'll tell you the truth, man. I met a guy and he knew every dark secret about me. And he said there were things like, you were a young kid. Of course you did that. You didn't know any better. Of course you did that. You were on drugs. And he loved me anyways. And my coworker was like, oh, you met Jesus. And I was like, don't tell my sponsor that. Like the last thing that man needs to hear is he's more Jesus. And he is. And that's what my sponsor taught me, is how to get in touch with the Christ that dwells within me, the spirit that dwells within me, and talk to it. Because my whole life, it's been trying to talk to me, and I just didn't notice, because like one of my mentors says, there's like a smoke alarm going off in the room, right? And my whole life, I've been taking the batteries out of the smoke alarm, when God just wants to talk to me about some things that I haven't put the fire out on yet. So my whole life, I'm doing drugs, trying to get rid of these fires, this fear, all of these fears, and I'm trying to get rid of them. And why do I have them? And when I did the fear inventory, we asked ourselves, what are we afraid of losing? What are we afraid of not getting? And one of my other mentors was like, you're afraid of losing what you have or not getting what you want. And I was like, wait, what? And he's like, it's always that simple. So you act out in it, and then you cause the one thing you're afraid of losing to lose. It runs. And I was like, wait, what? Like, that doesn't make any sense, right? And then I was looking at my relationships, and I'm like, every chick I've ever been with, like, I'm like afraid she's gonna leave. So what do? I'm like, let me see your phone. And she's like, I'm not cheating on you. I'm like, yeah, you are. You're cheating on me. Nah, 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 nah. And then next thing you know, she cheats on me because guess what? Why wouldn't she? I accuse her of it all the time, and I treat her like crap, and I can't figure out why she leaves. Oh my God, I can't believe she left me. Who would want to stay with somebody like that, right? It turns out I wouldn't stay with me. And when I did my inventory, I realized I wouldn't have put up with me as long as all of the people in my life had put up with me, and they loved me. So that was cool. The freeing moment was like when I did my 5th step, and then I'd looked at all this stuff resolutely. I mean, I really looked at it and realized I don't want to be like that anymore. And I hit my knees and I said, and this is the cool part, man. I said all these prayers that I didn't believe in: the 3rd step, the serenity, the Lord's Prayer, the 7th step, the 4-step prayer, the 11-step prayer. And I memorized them because the truth is I was terrified you guys would find out that I could barely read, and I didn't like it. So I memorized stuff.
Wait, what?
I memorized like how it works. I didn't just go to the meetings and listen to it. I memorized it. So that way I could say, rarely have we seen a person fail who's thoroughly followed. And I got it down, and I could say it with some ease. And then I realized, like, wait a second, all those times that I said that I had a learning disability, no, I just didn't care about what you were teaching me.
Right.
And I cared about this. And I wanted to be able to give back. And I had all these experiences in my early recovery where I was in meetings and I would say things like, well, when I get to my 4th step, this is what I think. And one of my mentors was like, nobody cares what you think. Tell us about your experience. And I was like, I don't have any experience. And he was like, then talk about the pain of not having the experience. And I was like, all right. So I talked about the pain. And then when I started having the 4-step experience with these inventory sheets, then I started talking about it. And then people started listening. And that's when people started asking me to sponsor them. And I was like, well, what do I do? And he was like, read how it works to him, and crazy concepts, show him how to do an inventory. And I did. And the first time I read how it works to another human being, I was physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually drunk. I was high. It was the best high I'd ever had in my life, bro. And I remember walking across the room and I was like, shit, I'm getting emotional about that one. I walked across the room and I was like, what the hell is this? And I called my sponsor and he's like, it's a spiritual high. And the cool thing is it doesn't come with any pain or suffering. And I was like, how can I get more of it? And he was like, do what you see me doing.
Right.
Do some things you don't believe in. Like, do you believe that going to a treatment center and reading this stuff to other guys is going to give you the same experience? And I was like, yeah, because it's working for him and he's happy, joyous, and free, and has been for umpteen years, 30 some odd years. It's like, holy crap. All right, I'm going to keep doing that. So that's what I did. I made the list of individuals. I mean, it wasn't hard. I referred to my 4-step inventory list and I realized those were the people I'd harmed, and I started making amends. I never said I was sorry to anybody. I said, this is where I was wrong. This is where I was selfish. This is where I was dishonest. And this is where I was living off of fear. I was wrong for living like that. I'm not saying I'm going to stay sober for the rest of my life, but I'm saying that I'm going to work the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous to the best of my ability. That I'll sponsor, man. I'll keep a sponsor and I'll have a home meeting. And some people said, shut up, I never want to hear from you again. And I understood. And like the hardest one was my son, my youngest son, Riley. He didn't want anything to do with me. And it devastated me. And then I looked down and I realized on Messenger, the little bubble didn't go blocked. And I was like, oh, so there's a chance. So there's still a chance. And I just remember the hope that came over me that day. And I realized, like, okay, so maybe I just need to keep doing this to show people who I am. So I made my 9th step. The financial amends took a couple years, man. I just paid off Dakota County's booking fees, Washington County, Ramsey County, Hennepin County.
Hell yeah.
That was $10,000 in booking fees. Apparently I'm a frequent flyer. I've paid off $6,000 of the $8,000 I owe in child support. I've got my license back, which is insane because I paid off all of those fines, which was even crazier because I just didn't think I could. But I paid them all off. And like, now I have a career that affords me the ability to help people, to be of maximum service to God and to my fellow. One of the best things I can do for God and my fellow is bring other people to the God of their understanding and have them sit down and write with them and talk to God. I can't help them, but I can introduce them to this dude that I know. And he's, God, he's pretty cool. He's my God. I mean, you can borrow the motherfucker, but you can't have him. You better find your own.
Cool.
He's cool. He's cool. I mean, he got me out some stuff. So that's the 11th step, man. I learned how to do transcendental meditation at 90 days. I mean, I was still geeking and tweaking, man. I still thought the treatment center was my brain, and I was still a full blown psychosis. My brain hadn't developed back into anything that neural pathways could work. And my sponsor taught me how to do transcendental meditation, which is a twice a day, 20-minute meditation. You go in, you go deep. It's a mantra based, and it's beautiful, man. And it gave me it raised my IQ, like to the point that I can regurgitate information that I never even knew I knew. And I can remember things that I didn't know I could remember. And I learn quicker than I've ever learned before. I can speak faster than I've ever spoke before. I can say and have fluent conversations and actually make an intelligent conversation, even though Josh doesn't think I can.
I'm trying so hard not to say. I want to be like, since when?
Listen, Josh can say all that, but I remember the first time I'd given the Just Hope as a recovery community organization, and our RCO, we're a 501(c), and I gave him the whole spiel, and he was like, that was the greatest moment ever, man. I just watched you do it, and like you hit all the points, man, and that was cool. So Josh can say whatever he wants. He's proud of me. But then so I'd start doing these meditations and these prayers. That third step prayer is beautiful, man. And I memorized every one of them. The only reason I memorized them is because my sponsor said that he had memorized the 11th step prayer. So when he comes out of his meditation, he says that. So I memorized all the prayers. So that way, when I come out of my meditation, that's what I say. And all of the prayers were designed for me to reverse selfishness and self-centeredness. And the more I do them, the more I realize, like, I'm just here to be of maximum service to God and my fellow. And I don't always know how to do that. And sometimes I get a little selfish and I get sidetracked, but that's okay. I'm way better than I used to be. And step 10, man, the inventory. I continuously take my inventory. And the weird thing is what was, I love it in the big book when it talks about this, what was once an intuitive thought becomes a working part of the mind. I can get up in the morning and get mad at a car in front of me, like, oh, come on, who goes 65 and is 65? And I want to be mad at him. And it lasts about 4 seconds now that I'm like, oh, wait a second. Where was I selfish? Oh, wait, that's right. Last night I stayed up till, 1 a.m. trying to convince that chick that she should probably come over. And they didn't get enough sleep. And now I woke up late and now I'm in a rush. What is going on? Your selfishness caused this. And I realized that I'm causing my own pain. So I can change that. I can make an amendment. I can change that behavior and I can move on and move forward with my life. And it's really quick. It's really easy. And it happens so much faster now. But the 12th step, trying to carry this message to others, especially alcoholics. And that is that there is a God out there. And if you go in deep enough, you'll find him, because I don't have to find him in the churches anymore. I don't have to find him in these books. It turns out he's been inside me. And this whole time I could always talk to him. And there was always like these intuitive thoughts that said, like, John, don't go out that door when you're boosting. And then I come around the front of the store and there's like 6 squad cars. I'm like, good call, bro. Don't know what you were, it's tweaker tuition. No, it was God. It was the loving spirit of the universe. And listen, he knew what I was up to. And not all that was bad. And that was the other thing I learned, is like, not all the things I did were bad. I do have a kind heart. I am giving, I am loving, and I am created in the image of love. And if I live in that and not in fear, then all sorts of things happen and they're beautiful. And there's always a chance for a miracle. And I can always see those things now. And that's the new pair of glasses, the entire psychic shift brought about by a new perspective. I see that all things in God's universe happen. I might not see why, but that's because I haven't lived it all the way out yet. And that's pretty cool. But carrying this message to others is beautiful, man. This is what I live for. I love people. And I know there's so many people that felt the same way I did, that couldn't make eye contact with anybody when I came into treatment. I just, the guilt and shame made me want to kill myself. but I was too much of a coward to do it quickly. So I had to do it slow. I did it slowly, and in killing myself slowly, I was just devastating all those around me because they didn't even have to, they couldn't even mourn me. They had to watch and mourn me repeatedly over and over and over. And I just don't want to make people feel that way anymore. And I want them to just know that, man, this is the weird part, man. I don't even want people to say or think or do anything. I just want to, when I walk up, I want people to feel light. I want to feel love and happy. And because that's what I see when I see my people, all of them, even the ones in the encampments, man. I just, hey, you're here, you're alive, you're loved, bro. That's a miracle. Let's just to let people know that, man. And that's all I really, that's all I live for, man. My job is strictly just to pay for Just Hope. I don't care about nothing else. I got a vape, some gas, and rent. I don't have furniture in my apartment, dude. I've lived there for almost 2 years. I still don't have a living room couch, bro. Like that I'm good with that. I got a bed and a TV, which means if I tell a chick like, hey, you want to come over and watch a movie? You're in the bed. Sorry.
So that's a good move.
It works, bro. It works, but
Don't
it's
let this
because
man
I'm such
fool
a
you.
giving man, and I
This man right here, this
Never.
man right here could make a pack of lot lizards unionize. $40 for honey pack. He's
40
saying,
bucks.
Don't let him
40
fool you
bucks in
like,
honey
I have
packs.
no furniture. All I have is a bed. He set that up
Yeah.
intentionally.
Listen,
We
That's
can-
smart.
there might be an ulterior motive here, and that's cool because I can see him now, and I see when I'm full of crap. I'm like, no, yeah, of course it works. Why wouldn't I keep
He's
doing
over
it?
here
Who
like, put
judges?
it on your four
Put it on your
He
four-step.
could have had TV in his living room, but he had one sitting there in a box.
And I donated it for the next
Yeah.
raffle.
How long was it in the box for?
A year.
And you could have put it up and got a couch and hung out in your living room.
Yeah,
but
no, because what do I have the home for? I mean, literally, like today. I mean, since 4:30 this morning, I've been gone. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna blink for a little while, get up at 4:30 again, and go do it all over again. And that's awesome, and that's great because places like I guess I can do that. Yeah, I can say that. Places like North Star Treatment Center in Twin Town allow me to come in and talk to the men about the inventory process and read through how it works with them. And the weird thing is, man, is they're happy to see me. And I'm so grateful that they're there. Otherwise, I'm just some weirdo sitting in a treatment center talking to himself. So that stuff's all pretty cool, man. I love this life. And I can't wait to see what God has next, because I know he's got big plans, because he's never done anything small in my life. Anyways, that's all I got.
Good. Someone turn on their phone. Me, shades.
They're writing.